in that semi-final of the Cricket World Cup 1999, and who was commentating, Bill Lawry, who is celebrating his birthday today, the Phantom Man, for his defensive batting and exciting bowling. Rides the bounce and will take a single.
Yeah, surely I think he would have had a word with all these Zimbabwe batsmen, Lance Klusener, just telling him how to go about. But again, as a coach, you can only guide the players. You can only tell them. In the end, they have to implement on the ground. They have to play according to the conditions. He's got all the experience. We know that fantastic cricketer for South Africa. Lance Klusener is a big match winner. But I think the big test for Zimbabwe, the winner, is going to be how they fare against spin. That's going to be the big test for them. Against pace, I don't think it's very worrying. But it's all about how you play against spin. That's played well. Exactly what I was mentioning, just drifting down the pad line. Heat streak out there, the coach. That's a good shot from Brendan Taylor. Getting off the mark as well with that boundary.
Lovely. Beautiful timing. That was a lovely stroke. The shades of Sachin Tendulkar playing against Anderson. Look at that super shot. Just drifting onto the patch, and which was punished beautifully behind square. And gets the edge. It's not quite from the center of the blade. Indifferent bounce. Saw a couple of deliveries keeping low, and this time around the delivery rising. And that's where he is. Graham Cremer, the captain, was very impressive. We'll love the surface today. 19 for 1.
شبخانه جلدی و زیبایی روز با داشتن دکتران متخصص و تکنولوژی معاصر تمامی خدمات جلدی و زیبایی را ارزان می‌دارد. تداوی داغ‌های جوانی دانه و لکه‌های صورت با روش‌های نوین دنیا. لیزر درمانی معیاری برای برداشتن خال‌ها، سرخی و موهای اضافی صورت. تداوی تخصصی ریزش مو با روش‌های معیاری PRP و میزوتراپی. کشت مو بدون جراحی 100% طبیعی و قابل رشد. جراحی زیبایی بینی، پلک‌ها و داغ‌های سالزانه. این همه خدمات با کیفیت و معیاری را تنها و تنها در شبخانه روز تجربه نمایید. روز زیبایی و صحت با هم.
This time, the last delivery is coming in to the right-hander. Coming down the track once again. Masakats are just trying to unsettle the bowler. Just trying something different.
And this is not a bad strategy, Ajay, considering the fact that there's a possibility of ball staying lower, coming slightly slow through the air to play the sweep shot. It can be dangerous at times. You saw the batsman, Solomon Meyer, getting out and looking to play the sweep shot. So coming down the pitch, it's a positive sign from Zimbabwe batsmen. And even in 2020, we saw Masakadze coming down and hitting a couple of sixes against the bowling of Mujib Jadran. But if the length is there to be swept, then he should be going for that shot.
That's played well. Running the first one hard should be just one run. The problem, the winner coming down the track is you've got to be very sure exactly what the bowler is doing. Because Mujib at times really uses his wrist to very good effect. He's got a good googly as well. The ball comes in. This one once again coming in to Brendan Taylor. So you've got to be very sure if you're coming down the track. Otherwise, at times, it's much better to just stay inside the crease. More importantly, you've got to play with the bat because he's got the knack of bowling those wrong ones, the leg spinner as well. It's been impressive stuff from the young man. 20 for 1.
شفاخانه مدرن KMC از مشهورترین متخصصین هندی هر یک دکتر سومت آنند، پروفسور ارتوپدی و تعویض مفاصل، دکتر ماینک مادام، پروفسور معده، جراحی جهاز هضمی و لپراسکوپی دعوت به عمل آورده از تاریخ 27 دلو الا اول هوت 1396 و همچنان دکتر عبدالعزیز از کشور هندوستان در بخش داخله عمومی به طور همروزه در خدمت هموطنان عزیز قرار دارد. ثبت نام جریان دارد. KMC تداوی با لبخند.
It's going global and some spirited play coming in from Afghanistan. Zimbabwe can take a cue from that. That's a lovely outswinger. False shot played by Masakadze on that occasion.
Just got to be careful because just getting a bit of movement there. Wanted to go up and clear the infield on the offside, missing it completely. Perilously close, in fact, to the outside edge. Good shape there for Daulat Zadran. That should be encouraging for him. Really one man who uses his shoulders to good effect. Daulat Zadran. It's a very strong built man. I just see the shoulders as well. Broad shoulders. Hitting the deck hard. His top delivery, of course, is the outswinger. Good release as well. Good action he's got. There's a support star for the Afghanistan side.
And that's where the Fiji is. He's been instrumental in keeping the boys fit for a rigorous schedule. And the schedule will be tested, especially the rigor in maintaining the fitness standards in the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. The manager with the physio, with the spray in his hand. Oh, goes up and over. That's a scintillating shot for 6. To the delight of few spectators turned up here.
Yeah, as if he was waiting for that one. That was the uppercut. Just getting the bounce that was required. Going over the top. Lovely execution. Very nicely played there. Just waiting for that. Then playing that uppercut intentionally and doing very well. Getting the maximum result as well.
Reminds me of the 6 which was hit by Tendulkar against Bradley at the Adelaide ground in the year 2007-8 when he was in super form. Getting 6 over the head of the second slip or third slip cordon. Much better delivery, but not quite. No ball signaled by the umpire.
Yeah, at times you're trying to garner that extra yard of pace, and in the process, exactly what happens. Oh, that's way out. Just in the last stride, overstretching there by some margin. Daulat Zadran is going to be a free hit now. Brendan Taylor going all the way down, just having a word now. Now he's back. Going to be interesting what ploy the bowler has, Daulat Zadran has.
Slower delivery, very well bowled. So time to think about the nature of delivery that he wanted to execute on that occasion. And it's been very well applauded by the spectators. Good thinking ball there.
Big players, the star players for Afghanistan, Mohammad Nabi, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Shehzad, the captain Asghar Stanekzai. The first T20s, the first 2, he was player of the match, Mohammad Nabi. That's a good delivery. Bowling within the stumps. Just altering his length as well. If you see, the length he was bowling early on was a bit fuller. Now just altering his length. That's the reason just going on the back foot. Just waiting for that one.
Well, realizing very, very quickly that it's not the surface where he's going to get some extra bounce or movement off the pitch. So relying on that alternative of using the back of length region and expecting the all bowlers keeping lower or standing up. Good finish to the over despite conceding a 6, 27 for 1.
آیا تا حال امید سرعت تیزتر اینترنت را کرده اید تا سریعتر و بهتر کار کنید؟ کمی سرعت بیشتر بتواند تمام بازی را تغییر بدهد. زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Soon. That's not very far away as well. The team bidding there, so that's going to be a big event, a mega event. The Afghanistan Premier League, of course, backed by the Afghanistan Cricket Board. And Rehman Shah, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Nabi, the likes will be playing in that league. So a lot of attractions, some big stars playing. Of course, with some foreign players as well. And will be a great opportunity for some youngsters when they rub shoulders with those big stars, those mega stars, international players. Coming down the track, clearing the infield, exactly what he wanted. The timing wasn't great, but enough to get a boundary on that occasion.
Good positive intent, continuing to play with a lot of positivity. Masakadza today, 17 of 23, not timing it properly, not getting it from the center of the blade, but just making sure that he had enough connection to take it over the top of the fieldsman at extra cover. Boundaries coming, 5 4s and 1 6 already in inside 7 overs. Goes with the reverse and he connects it beautifully. That's a fine shot and it produces a boundary.
Yeah, I think why you called it a fine shot was the control there. Just see the control there. Always knew exactly what he was doing. Picking the right area as well. And now changing the field. There was a slip posted. And now he's got a man at point coming in. The fielder at the point will be going at short third man. So straight away after the boundary, changing the field. There's a ring of fielders on the offside. Oh, hitting him high. Too high.
Yeah, revenge delivery, faster one. Looking to knock the stumps over. What he does, he gets a bit of extra bounce. And sharp turn also. Ajay, not good signs for the batsman to follow. Tempted for 2 boundaries coming from the over. 7 overs gone, 36 for 1.
یم یم کانتیننتال و فست فود، مکانی دنج و پر از آرامش، تندیسی از پاکیزگی با معیارهای بلند مهمانداری و سطح بین‌الملل، فضای متفاوت و پذیرایی به بهترین وجه با سرویس عالی و پرسنل آموزش دیده، با حضور آشپزان و غذاهای داخلی و خارجی، پیش غذا و نوشیدنی‌های گوارا. در زیباترین مکان پایتخت حضور گرمتان را پذیرا هستیم. یم یم سمبولی از تنوع و غذاهای معیاری.
Losing the first wicket of Solomon Mir early, out for 9. 21 of 26, Masakadza is batting positively. Davlat Sadran to continue. Oh, that's a 10 touch. That is a super shot for 4. Just landing inside. Lovely timing in the commentary box. Alistair Campbell, welcome.
Thank you, Dev. Afternoon, everybody, wherever you're watching around the world. Trademark shot from Brendan Taylor. He's done that so many times, practices it. And it's lovely when you can actually put it into practice in a game situation. Terrific shot. Really was. It was a well-directed bouncer. He had to react pretty quickly and did it superbly well. Excellent result.
And people watching this shot, it reminds me of that shot, Tendulkar's 6 against Taylor, the West Indian fast bowler after the lunch break. Beautiful outswinger. Just flirting with that.
Terrific response from Davlat Zadran. In the right area, bit of bounce as well. Superb delivery. He's lucky that he only got half forward. Brendan Taylor had been all the way forward. He would have got a healthy edge. Being caught at first slip, it was that good a delivery. So a little bit of indecision saving him in the end.
Well, one thing that's working for Zimbabwe is that they won the toss today with the possibility of wicket deteriorating in the second innings. And it's that kind of wicket where you have to score quickly in the first 20-25 overs.
I don't think it's so much the deterioration of the wicket they're worried about, and certainly not the dew anymore. I think it's more a mental approach. They're fancying themselves to post a total as opposed to chase down a total, having to face the likes of Rashid Khan in the latter stages and score quickly off him, yet they know how difficult a task that will be. So they think that putting a total on the board and just putting the shoe on the other foot, giving Afghanistan some scoreboard pressure. Unless you're confident in your batting lineup and you know that you can chase down big totals, you have a method with which to do that. Sri Lanka did it so well over so many years. You didn't even have to go and toss. You just had to meet Arjuna on the sideline and go, that's fine, you guys can chase, we'll bat first, thanks. Only really had to toss when you both wanted to chase, but they just chased every game and did it so successfully. They had a method, had the players, I just think both these sides, Zimbabwe and Afghanistan, just suffer a little bit from scoreboard pressure. If you can post a healthy total, they tend to just play a little differently and tend to maybe over-attack, give a few silly chances, and suddenly they're under huge pressure.
Swings it and gets into the gap. Not perfectly timed shot, so will be back for 2. Despite losing early wicket, 43 already on the board. So again, good start for Zimbabwe.
This looks like another cracker of wicket. The one for the first one-day game was absolute beauty. No excuses really for Zimbabwe capitulating as they did do. That man in picture, he's got that steel in his eye. Can he kick on and get a big score for Zimbabwe? He does that, they'll be able to post something fairly significant. Easy single in the end. Productive over, 8 from it, 44 for 1 now.
زندگی سریعتر، زندگی بهتر. افغان بیسیم 4G LTE.
حالا از سرعت 4G در بسته‌های 3G ما مستفید شوید. 1GB در بدل 250 افغانی، 3GB در بدل 400 افغانی، 5GB در بدل 600 افغانی. در صفحه پیام جیبی مورد نظر خود را نوشته و به 151 ارسال نمایید.
ما افتخار می‌کنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Masakadza is timing the ball beautifully, 24 of 28. We got some process in place today. Some positivity from Zimbabwe batsmen. It's not that the potential is not there. They defeated Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. And goes for the big shot. That's a super shot. It's going back, and back. She goes for 6.
Onto the road. Really good shot from Hamilton Masakadza. He's tried a few of these. Hasn't really got the timing right on previous occasions. But yeah, spot on. There was no intention of keeping it down. Big vacant areas out over mid-wicket, and that's on the highway. Terrific blow.
In the arc, out of the park. 50 up. Partnership of 50 runs.
You sort of know it as a bowler, don't you? When you see it go that first couple of meters, you know, oh, crikey, that's huge. That's massive, and all you can do is watch it sail out of the stadium. He's bowled well. There's Mujib. And on that occasion, Masakadza had his number. Managed to get it right out the middle of the bat and give it a good heave-ho right out of the stadium. New balls. There's been a few new balls required in this particular contest. A few have been deposited on the road outside the stadium, and that just adds to the list.
Losing first wicket early, but after that it's been a good effort from Zimbabwe. 50 up inside 9 overs. Partnership, that's something that captain was talking during the toss. You need 2 or 3 good partnerships, or at least one top-order batsman to score big, maybe 100.
There, you're spot on. Partnerships are the key to getting a big total. You cannot keep losing wickets at regular intervals and expect to get anywhere near what will be required on this particular surface. Goes again, this time the flat sweep. There is a man out there, so it'll just be the single. But another really good stroke from Masakadza, authoritative. He was down early, down low, and executed it really well.
A little bit of turn and bounce on offer for Mujib Jadran. That marks the end of the over. 9 overs have been bowled. It's 51 for 1.
فريش بيبي دايبر اولوم دسمال ترکیه هواد ساخت. فريش بيبي ستاسو دگران و ماشومان لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
به اطلاع مردم شریف افغانستان رسانیده می شود که متخصصین هندی در بخش های نسایی ولادی، اقامت یا بی اولادی، اقامت مردانه به تاریخ های 23 الی 26 دلو سال جاری و کلینیک نو سیتی واقعی کارت پروان دعوت گردیدند.
Afghanistan versus Zimbabwe in Ajiji Bank one-day international series, total of 5 one-day internationals. We are into the second. The first one was won by Afghanistan with a whopping margin of 154. Gulbuddin Naib to replace Daulat Jadran from the far end. Will love this challenge. He's got the slower deliveries. Love bowling on this particular wicket. Misfield, and that might prompt the batsman to take a single. Fielding has been a bit of worry for Afghanistan, especially dropping catches.
Yeah, shouldn't have been a single here. And a bit of a fumble. Should have done better than that, not keeping his eye on the ball, Nasir. And allows them to canter through for a single.
Chucks away on the onside. He's running hard the first run. Is he thinking about coming back for the second? Sent back by Taylor on that occasion. Slightly change in wind direction. It's blowing in from the football club to the pavilion end.
But you mentioned the fielding. I think it's something you can exploit with this Afghanistan side, particularly if you build a partnership. You can really put the fielders under pressure, and the more you're on top, the more mistakes you can force out of them. They're a really good side when they're on top. Everybody's buzzing. But they really haven't been tested so far by Zimbabwe. And if these two can build a partnership and suddenly it gets to 50, gets to 100, then you'll see Afghanistan having to dig deep. And that's when true character comes through. And they've got to make sure that they're on the ball and taking their half chances. As you mentioned, they've dropped a few catches, been a few misfields as well. Hasn't really been the tidiest of fielding performances. There was one earlier on, wasn't there? Daulat Zadran, Hamilton Masakadza, Shazad maybe should have been down lower, done a bit better, gone for it at least, and it went in between first slip and the wicketkeeper. And he is short in stature, and maybe should have done a bit of a better job of getting that right hand across and making an effort at least.
Returning to the side after a hiatus of 1 year, so they've done slightly better staying at home or wherever he goes with some fitness work.
One ball remaining in the first power play. Oh, he's missed out there. He knows it. He knows it. It was up there. Should have been put away. But he gets away with it. So 10 bowled, 54 for 1 now, Zimbabwe.
روز د پوستکي او ښکلا روغتون د متخصصو ډاکټرانو او پرمختللې ټکنالوژۍ په درلودلو سره د پوستکي او ښکلا ټول خدمتونه وړاندې کوي. په پرمختللي میتودونو سره د ځواني دانو او لکو درملنه، په لیزر سره د مخ د اضافي ویښتانو، خالونو او چروالي درملنه، د پی آر پی او میزوتراپي میتودونو سره په تخصصي توګه د ویښتانو د رژېدلو درملنه، د ویښتانو ایښودل پرته له جراحي عمل څخه چې په طبیعي توګه د ودې وړتیا لري، د پزې ښکلا، د لیمو ښکلا او د کالدانې د داغونو د ښکلا جراحي. دا ټول معیاري او باکیفیته خدمتونه یوازې او یوازې په روز روغتون کې تجربه کړئ. روز ښکلا او روغتیا سره یو ځای.
We'll have more fieldsmen on the boundary ropes, 4 of them. So it's going to be different equation with the possibility of maneuvering the runs, taking singles and twos, and change in bowling also. Mujib has been taken off, and it's going to be Rashid Khan, the man who's been continuing to trouble Zimbabwe batsmen in 2020 and the first one international also.
This is a good move by Afghanistan, knowing full well that he needs to break this partnership. Zimbabwe's 2 most experienced batsmen at the crease, and he brings on his best bowler. Normally would save him to bowl later on in the innings. Does that in T20 cricket and one-day cricket as well. This is the drop I'm talking about. There we go. No, it's gone there just to his right, and he's made a half-hearted effort. You'd have to say should have done a lot better than that. Reverse sweep, and will run away to the boundary for 4. Good improvisation from Hamilton Masakadza, not allowing Rashid Khan to settle into a good line and length. And immediately he's gone down on one knee and got to it on the full toss and put it away.
That's where the clarity of the mind, decision making comes handy. Very, very positive with his stroke making. played 3 or 4 gorgeous shots. So not only is he using his feet, but at the same time he's playing the sweep and reverse sweep really well. Googly, bit of turn.
Didn't pick that. Was shaping to hit it away on the offside. Hamilton Masakadza turned back sharply and managed to get an inside edge on it. No damage done, but he's got to try and get his act together quickly here, Masakadza, and try and pick him. Oh, he's gone back again. On that occasion, the orthodox leg spinner. This Googly just turns so much more than the orthodox leg spinner. And that's what sets him apart from the rest, Rashid Khan. And I'm not so sure he was totally convincing on that occasion either.
Well, give him the benefit of doubt, the way it came up the center of the blade. This time around, slow through the air, so it's very, very accurate. Bowls stump to stump and then comes up with those variations. Thinking bowler, he understands the nuances of leg spin and understands the psyche of the batsman really well. So he psychs the batsman out, goes for the sweep and makes a decent connection. Will settle for a single. 11 overs have been bowled. It's 59 for 1, Zimbabwe.
چرا ما رو خبر نکردی اونا جوان؟ بابا چه کم گپ بزن مفتش مفت.
با پیشکش جدید افغانستان تا میتوانید صحبت نمایید. فقط در بدل 0.99 افغانی 20 ثانیه با تمام شبکه ها. منتظر چی هسته؟ همین حالا بروید و فعال کنید.
بیخی مفت است مفت.
ما افتخار میکنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
In the process, and then possible opportunity for wicketkeeper batsman there. Then lovely flick shot from Taylor. He started well, and then up and over. The uppercut producing a 4 and then a lovely shot, the reverse sweep. So plenty of boundaries in the first 10 overs, just losing 1 wicket, as it has been the case throughout the 2020 and 1 international. Zimbabwe getting good starts, making the first 10 overs count with bat in hand, but the real challenge starts now.
Yeah, that was still in the power play. It's reverse sweep from Masakadza. A lovely little ramp from Brendan Taylor. And then that sweep by Masakadza over the leg side. Yeah, this is where it's sort of fallen apart for Zimbabwe. The first few overs haven't been an issue. They've lost a wicket early invariably, but they've been going along at a healthy clip, and then they've just lost wickets. And from being in a decent position, they've fallen by the wayside, lost wickets at regular intervals, and never really competed. That was the pattern in the first one-day international. They need to make sure that they form a partnership and somebody goes through. Masakadza is on 39. He's got to start. He's got to make sure that he pushes on. He's got to try and find a method against Rashid Khan. I think Brendan Taylor is better player of spin than Masakadza. Maybe the plan should be that just needs to find a way to get off strike, because at the moment he doesn't seem to know which way it's turning, and it's either a horizontal bat shot, which is a flat sweep, or a reverse sweep. He doesn't seem to have a plan to hit him in front of the wicket. Very difficult to have that plan if you're not reading the bowler, and that's going to be a tough passage of play for him to work that out and try and not get out playing a wrist shot against Rashid Khan.
Sweetly driven, but straight to the field. And the good thing today is that they're trying to at least play shots in the 2020s, and in the first one international, it was all about surviving against Rashid Khan. Lovely position, and this making connection from the center of the bat, that will give him a bit of confidence. 52 runs of 55, the partnership already, and they will have to get at least to 100 partnership. Cuts just for 1.
You can always have another method against the top bowler in the opposition side. I know we did it against Murali Dhuran. As we said, we don't want to lose a wicket. We're not going to try and attack him. We're not going to put ourselves under pressure. So let him go for 30, 35. We'll attack the other bowlers. And that's maybe another method, that they don't have to go after and play wrist shots and get out of jail shots and feel they have to score off him and he has to go for 50 or 60, they can just have a plan and say, we just need to defend him. And if we get the odd bonus ball that we can put away, all very well and good. Because they're definitely at the other end against Gulbadeen now and the other bowlers. They've looked very settled and comfortable.
Wide signal by the umpire. Wild shot coming in from Masakaja on that occasion. It's advancing down the pitch. Batsman seeing the batsman coming down the pitch, is firing it wide. That was far, far away. I wanted to give a real whack to that.
Mid-off up in the circle, and that's probably where Masakaja wants to target, up and over the man at mid-off or through the gap between cover and mid-off.
Extra cover is not far away from the batsman. Slow delivery. That was a spinner's ball to mark the end of the 12th over. It's 64 for 1.
یم یم کانټیننټال او فاست فود د هوساینې څخه ډک ځای او پاکه سیمه له لوړو معیارونو سره نمونه او ښکلی میلمستون د نړۍ په کچه ښکلی فضا او د پاکیزګۍ نښه روزل شوي پرسونل او اشپزانو په درلودلو او ډول ډول خوړو او څښاک سره د پلازمینې په زړه پورې سیمه کې ستاسو په چوپړ کې یم یم کانټیننټال د ډول ډول او معیاري خوړو رښتینی ځای.
We make sure that whenever the national side is playing, they find time out to witness the game of cricket. Great support throughout the 2020s and first one-day internationals. Today is a working day. We'll have more people in the evening. It's a beautiful delivery. Good start to the over from Rashid. And this lovely leg spinner.
Yeah, just a tentative prod really from Brendan Taylor. They're going to have the work cut out, these two. They've got to try and make sure they try and find a method, a plan against Rashid Khan. Trying to flick him away on the leg side. I think Taylor's plan is to try and play him as late as possible. You don't want to be lunging too far forward if you're not reading him. You've got to try and just play him under your eyes and work him into the gaps.
Playing back, the problem is that he bowls quicker through the air. And that's where there is always this problem of this losing the line, of getting trapped in front of the pads there. So it's tricky shot there. Look at this one. It's a googly.
Yeah, trying to play it away on the offside. And obviously he didn't read it at all. And he's wanting the batsman to do that, Rashid Khan, so he can bring it back through the gate, through the bat and pad. Well, that's premeditated. He was looking to play the pickup sweep. He had predetermined that that's the shot he was going to play. And it ended up being a nice half volley that he could have used a straight back or straight bat and hit it down the ground. That's what he does to you, Rashid Khan. Makes you think irrationally, makes you try and preempt your scoring opportunities.
That was almost a half tracker there. Got a man at the square position on the boundary ropes, long on the boundary ropes, 2 men. On the onside, on the offside, we got long off and point on the boundary ropes. It's a good delivery once again. Tucked away on the onside to take a single. 13 overs bowled. It's 67 for 1.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. هموطنان گرامی با کمال افتخار به سهم شما عزیزان می‌رسانم این که وزارت صحت‌عامه جمهوری اسلامی افغانستان جهت بلند بردن موفقیت اطفال خردسال در کنار سایر واکسین‌های موجوده یک واکسین جدید به نام روتا را شامل نموده است. سرویان نشان داده است که حدود 55% سالات و 36% مرگ و میر اطفال پایین‌تر از 1 سال ناشی از ویروس روتا است. این واکسین در 2 دوز یعنی 6 هفتگی و 10 هفتگی برای اطفال تطبیق می‌گردد و آنها را در مقابل یک نوع اتصال خطرناک ویروسی وقایه می‌کند. یکی از ویژگی‌های دیگر این واکسین این است که مانند واکسین فلج اطفال به شکل خوراکی از طریق دهان داده می‌شود. از عموم والدین گرامی صمیمانه تقاضا به عمل می‌آورم که جهت وقایه اطفال نازنین کشور در برابر امراض خطرناک و کشنده دوره طفولیت تمام واکسین‌های آنها را با وقت و زمان معین تطبیق نمایید.
In both the matches, Nabi contributed with the bat, man in form. He's taking wickets also. He's got this habit of getting early wicket in his first or second over.
He got Taylor in the previous game trying to bunt him over his head, didn't make the requisite contact, didn't get the right height. And Mohammad Nabi pulled off a good caught and bowled. interesting to see what the plan is here. Mid-off is up in the circle. Therefore, there is that gap that he's leaving Taylor to try and attack.
There's the memory of getting out to a particular bowler. Play in the mind of the batsman while fishing in the next match. These things change, different surfaces. But still, does it play in the mind of the batsman?
Not if it's a one-off, but if you're playing a long series and it continues to, you continue to be dismissed in the same vein, it does. There's a little touch sweep. He's been practicing that as Brendan Taylor getting it inside the man. That short, fine legs, getting it nearly over the wicketkeeper's left-hand shoulder. And he's played that really well. He got out in the T20 games attempting that shot and hit it too square in the middle of the bat and was caught. On this occasion, he's right across and plays it well.
Can be very effective. What I'm trying to say is that Graham Smith struggled against Zaid Khan. Michael Atherton was dismissed on numerous occasions by Glenn McGrath in test matches.
Darryl Cullinan and Shane Warne. There's a few that when there's a rivalry going and you play against each other often, it can become a pattern and something that you need to work on. But if it's just a one-off in a series like that and you get out, I don't think it does at all.
But once it becomes a pattern, then it is very difficult to get it out of your mind, isn't that?
Especially when you're getting reminded by the press every day and everyone's having a go. It'd be worse these days with all the social media. You never get away from it. It's always there in your face. 14 bowls, 70 for 1.
کله مو هم د داسې چټک انټرنیټ ارمان درلود چې ستاسو کارونه نور هم چټک او ښه کړي چې د یو ستر بدلون لپاره همدې اړتیا ده چټک ژوند ښه ژوند د افغان بیسیم 4G LTE
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان افغانستان سره مینه لري.
So this has been a good partnership that's blossoming for Zimbabwe. They needed that. Taylor Massagatsa really batting well. This partnership was 60 of 69, 70 for 1 Zimbabwe after 14 overs. Going to be a change of ends now for Gulbuddin. Bowled a couple of overs. Now just changing his end. He's coming on from the pavilion end. 2 overs, 8 runs. Was economical. Hasn't got a wicket so far. He's a very decent all-rounder. The other day really batted well. He's a strong man as well. With me in the comm box is Neil. Neil, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, and it looks like a nice sunny afternoon. Good one to play cricket. And it's been some good resistance there by Afghan. And beautifully played up, Ashley. This will go over the fence. That's a 6. That's a lovely way to welcome us by Brendan Taylor. We came into the comm box and we get to see a beautiful 6.
Yeah, I think, he's got all the experience, and whenever the ball is in the slot, he'll be doing this. He's played some good shots, but this was really very good. Full face of the bat as well, clearing the infield by a big margin, and that's a massive strike as well. Third 6 of this innings. That's a good delivery. Good comeback by Gulbuddin. That's exactly what he's got to do. Focus on his line.
Well, yes, on any other day we would have seen him bouncing the ball to the batsman. But this time round, a beautiful delivery, shaping up brightly. Missing the outside edge by a whisker there. A different wicket today. And what did you read out of the wicket when you were down?
Yeah, it looks a bit different as far as the colour goes. The binding is pretty good, but I just feel, as the game progresses, Neil, there might be some help for the spinners. Now, you've already seen some turn there for Mujib, especially with the new ball. Now, if you can turn with the new ball, I think there are signs that as the game progresses, there surely will be much more help for the spinners. Massagatsa, well, the way he got out of the first ODI, I think that's really been a very different approach here. This one, the way he's batted, is opening the bat face once again. And coming back to the point I was making about the first one day, this is how he got out. Exactly what happened. Playing on the onside, just chipping it right down the throat of Rahmat Shah. Really, it wasn't a great position at all. But here, today, it's been a different day altogether for him. He's played some very good shots. He's batted well, with a lot of maturity.
Well, absolutely, you rightly said that. Again, playing it rubbishly. And this one will go outside the fence. Yet again for a massive six. Brendan Taylor, bring on the music. 2 sixes in this over of Gulbadeem Naib.
Well, whenever the ball is pitched up, this has been the answer from Brendan Taylor. Very nicely dispatched. Once again, picking up the length very quickly. Gets into a good position. He's a class act. We all know that Brendan Taylor. To see that bat swing as well. Reminds you of a golfing shot.
Absolutely. I mean, he didn't have to do anything. Just got under the ball, perfectly timed it well. And this one has been cut beautifully. We'll take a single. And that'll be the end of the over. 15 overs gone, 85 for 1.
ویتامین سی برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
الماس این است معجزه کلر الماس.
فقط الماس داشته باشه.
Very good one. Going to be Mohammad Nabi once again. In a very experienced campaigner, just conceding 3 runs in his opening over. Picked up a couple of important wickets in the first one day up. Very handy with the bat as well.
Well, yeah, he is one of those linchpins of the Afghan attack, be it batting or bowling. Comes out and puts up his hand every single time the team needs it. He's done really well with his bowling. Has the appetite for wickets, Navi. Will come in and pick up a few. And also another thing that is very notable over here, and especially in the middle overs. Meanwhile, this one has been reverse swept. No runs there. Bowling to his field, Nabi there. When bowlers like Nabi come in, they have this knack of bowling their overs at a real quick pace. In the middle overs, you don't even realize that how quickly 5, 6, 7 overs have been bowled through.
Right, and I think 2 things really stand out as far as Mohammad Nabi is concerned. One is his, you mentioned about the way he bowls his overs very quickly. Second is his action, really no complications. Very good classical action, orthodox action as well. This comes in, it's got a high arm action, bowls win the stumps, wicket to wicket. See, once again, nicely played on that occasion by Massagatsa. I think he's doing the sensible thing. Both the batsmen pretty well set. Brendan Taylor, Massagatsa. And this is where they have to now capitalize. Just convert these starts into a big score. Exactly what Zimbabwe require. Once again will be a single. When the oil retain strike as well. That's 88 for 1.
چټک ژوند ښه ژوند د افغان بیسیم 4G LTE
اوس د 4G سرعت څخه زموږ په دریجي کڅوړو کې ګټه پورته کړئ 1 GB د 250 افغانیو په بدل کې 3 GB د 400 افغانیو په بدل کې 15 GB د 600 افغانیو په بدل کې او پیغام پاڼه کې خپل د خوښې GB ولیکئ او 150 یې واستوئ
موږ ویاړو چې افغانان افغانستان سره مینه لري
The seamers have been expensive for Afghanistan. Just see the economy is $7 a dran. Gulbadeem Naib going at 7.67. Mujib has picked up 1 wicket in his 5 overs. 2 overs for Rashid Khan, 2 for Mohammad Nabi, and Mujib once again coming back into the attack from the pavilion end. So Gulbadin tried for 1 over, conceding 15 runs. He's been taken off. Mujib Zadran returning back. It's an economy for that early wicket of Solomon.
That's good thinking by Afghanistan, trying to plug the hole immediately. They saw that Gulbadin Naib went for some runs, and those runs came in those 2 massive sixes. They've plugged it because if they get a wicket or 2 over here. Reverse sweep again put into action, will get a single, and Mujib has been brought in back in attack. All courtesy these 2 sixes that we saw of Taylor in the same direction, almost action replay-ish. And Gulbadin Naib has been sent back to the boundary line to rest his heels for a while.
You know, I also feel that Asghar standing there probably realizing that the seamers are not getting much help from the surface. And they also have someone like Rahman Shah who can roll his arm. They have a few part-timers in the ranks who can be very handy with the ball. So probably realizing that they have to bowl spin more once again, picking the lane. That's going to race away. Another boundary here coming for Zimbabwe. Nearing his half century now. Massagatsa on to 48 with that strike.
Well, sweep is the order of play against spin, but these guys have been playing the reverse sweep. During the practice early today, we saw Masakadza trying his arm at the reverse sweep constantly. And confusion there. There could be a run out. And that is what it is. Masakadza stranded. It was his call. He hit it hard. And he'll have to walk disappointed. Gutted to not reach his half century.
Total confusion there. Yes, no, really disappointed. Just see coming down the track. Brendan Taylor as well, just taking a few strides forward and then realizing the throw was coming in. Really didn't have any options there. Total confusion out there. And Shehzad having a long time to just take the bails off.
طالبان به کرات میگویند و ادعا میکنند که امارات اسلامی در مبارزه جاری جهادی خیش عمیقاً متحد به جلوگیری از مرگ و میر و جراحات افراد ملکی می باشد و اگر خدا ناکرده مجاهدین با چنین به احتیاطی با زندگی غیر نظامیان دخیل باشند، برای امارات اسلامی هرگز قابل قبول و تحمل نخواهد بود. آیا طالبان در ادعاهایشان صادقند؟ بیایید ببینیم که شاهدان عینی در مورد این حمله که روز 7 دلو در کابل به وقوع پیوست چی میگویند؟
اولین فکر ما این بود که انفجار در داخل خانه ماست. بیرون آمدیم و اجساد پراکنده را دیدیم. بسیار یک صحنه غیر انسانی بود.
یک شعله بزرگ دیدم. دود بسیار تند بود. وقتی دود داخل چشمایم شد، برای مدت قادر به دیدن نبودم. وقتی که نزدیکتر شدم، اجساد مرده را دیدم. مثل قبرستان وحشتناک به نظر می‌خورد. لحظات وحشتناکی بود. منطقه به کلی تخریب شده بود.
اجساد زیاد وجود داشت و خون در همه جا به نظر می‌خورد. مردم گریه می‌کردند و جیغ می‌زدند و هر طرف می‌دویدند.
صدای انفجار مرا به زمین زد و بیهوش شدم. زمانی که به هوش آمدم چیزی که دیدم یک صحنه وحشتناک بود. دود تیره همه جا را پوشانده بود و هیچ چیزی را شنیده نتانستم. چند دقیقه بعد 10 نفر دیدم که روی زمین افتاده بودند.
این حمله از عقل انسان دور بود. غیر انسانی، فجیع و جنایت جنگی یگانه کلماتی است که آن را تشریح کنیم.
رهبران جنایتکار مجاهدین نامنهاد در اظهارات خود ادعا میکنند که آنها متحد به جلوگیری از تلفات ملکی هستند و چنین عملی هرگز قابل تحمل و قبولشان نخواهد بود. حال آنکه این جنایتکاران در حملهشان بیشتر از 100 تن افغان بیگناه را کشتند و اضافه تر از 200 افغان بیگناه دیگر را مجروح ساختند. شما چطور ادعای افغانیت میکنید؟ شما چی رقم مسلمان هستید وقتی به کشتن افغانهای بیگناه ادامه میدهید؟ برای اینکه کشتار افغانها و ظلم را خاتمه دهید و از این اعمال شیطانی دست بردارید، طالبان را رها کرده و از آنها دوری گزینید.
is a time when new batsman comes in, when it's just come in, when they like to have a few good overs just to get back things in control. The spinners bowling from both the ends. Mujib from one, Nabi from the other. A slip in place as well for the left-hander. And always a off-spinner loves bowling against a left-hand batsman. With the ball going away, turning away from the left-hand batsman, from the southpaw.
Well, absolutely, and they would want to try and capitalize on this advantage that they've got. Craig Irvine, a new man in. And if Afghanistan can create a dent, yet again, they will be in a very good position. Meanwhile, this one has been punched towards the cover boundary. We'll get a couple of runs there. I'm so sure a lot of talks would have been happening in the Zimbabwean camp, discussing how the middle order has not been performing even in the previous game. After getting some really good starts, the middle order has not been able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and that's where I think the problem really erupts for Zimbabwe. When the set batsman gets out, 18 overs gone, the 100 are for them, 100 for 2 now.
با تبدیل کردن سیم کارت افغان بی سیمتون به از تیم جدید یو سیم 1 GB اینترنت رایگان به دست بیاورید و از اینترنت 4G سریع مثل نور لذت ببرید. برای مستفید شدن از این پیشکش محدود به نزدیکترین نمایندگی افغان بی سیم مراجعه نمایید.
ما افتخار می‌کنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Partnership, 85-run partnership between Massagatsa and Brendan Taylor. And now, of course, a lot will depend on Brendan Taylor because he's a set batsman. 40 or 43 for him. The second match, the second ODI. Afghanistan vs Zimbabwe at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
The runs have come at a good rate. Almost a little over 5.5 for now. Mujib coming in. And considering the fact that they have been batting against the Mujibs, the Rashids and the Nabis, I think this is a good rate to start off at.
Yeah, I think it was a good game plan as well from Afghanistan to bring back Mujib, because I remember one over from Gulbadin was pretty expensive, conceding 15 runs. The same end where he was bowling at the moment. It was a very good move by Afghanistan. Credit to him. But that really put a bit of pressure on the batsman. Got a wicket as well. Maybe in the form of run out, but wicket is a wicket. Especially when the set batsman walks back. Really mixing his deliveries very nicely, Mujib. 1 for 31 for him so far. Bowling his 7th over.
Yeah, and he would be hungry for more because he loves taking those wickets, and a wicket here from this young lad would ensure that his team has a big advantage. We have Mr. Mazhar Khan and Mr. Stanik Zai from the Afghanistan Cricket Board. Mr. Mazhar Khan, the GM of Sharjah Cricket. Both of these men have done a lot for their respective countries and cricket in the countries. Mr. Mazhar Khan has been in the country for a long time and has been developing cricket in Sharjah, associating with the grassroots level cricket. Meanwhile, getting those singles and nudging them around, ensuring that the scoreboards are kept ticking. It's 103 for 2 after 19.
هموطنان گرامی، پروفسور دکتر عبدالرؤوف که متخصص مشهور استخوان یعنی ارتوپدی کشور هندوستان می باشد و همچنان دکتر فاروق بت متخصص امراض داخله عمومی فعلا در شفاخانه رایل در خدمت مریضان محترم شما قرار دارند.
فريش بي بي دايبار علوم دسمات ترکیه هوا صاف. فريش بي بي ستاسو د ګرانو ماشومانو لپاره بهترین انتخاب.
برای اولین بار از نوشابه‌های ژاپنی در افغانستان.
Sikandar Raza was a man in form for Zimbabwe in the Tri-Series. Really batted well. But Mohammad Nabi doing a very good job. Bowling his fourth over, just 11 runs conceded by him. Not getting much turn, he's just darting the ball in, not giving the ball much air.
You're right. And that by itself is not giving enough time for the batsman to actually read anything of the surface. The officials from the Afghanistan cricket board there, a happy bunch for sure. The way Afghanistan has performed in the series, winning the first two, in fact the two T20s, and the series followed by the first ODI winning comprehensively. And over here also, it doesn't look like they have lost any grip on the game. The game is evenly balanced, well poised at this point.
I thought, Neil, that wicket of Mazagatsa, that was a big one, because this is not about the partnership that was building, but the way both of them were getting runs. When you have two set batsmen at either end, makes a big difference. Now here, Wine has just come in, he'll just be taking a bit of time. Just stopping in his follow-through there, Mohammad Nabi.
Taking the focus off the batsman there. Meanwhile, a quick single there, adding on to a run onto the total. 105 for 2. One more delivery to go into this Nabi over. He's done well in this over, just given away 2 runs. Well, runs had been leaking while the seamers were bowling. A 15-run over there by Gulbadin Naib. This one will be a single to end the over, so it's 106 for 2 after 20.
کجا بخیر خیریت خواسته
دیروز زنها دورسی قسم میکردن که وزارت صحت عامه قسم واکسین جدید شامل واکسین اطفال کردن. میرم کلینیک که ببینیم چه قسم واکسین است. دکتر صاحب خبر شدم که برای اطفال نوزاد کدام رقم واکسین به خاطر جلوگیری سال میدن. آیا گپ راست است؟
بله، خوشبختانه که وزارت صحت عامه در این اواخر در پالوی دیگه واکسین های روزانه خود یک واکسین جدید در برنامه موافقت کتلوی خود اضافه کرده که نام از این واکسین روتا هست و اطفال را از یک نوع ویروس خطرناک اظهارات وقایه میکنه. این واکسین 2 بار برای اطفال تطبیق میشه که بار اول در 6 هفتگی یعنی 1.5 ماهگی و بار دومش در 10 هفتگی یعنی 2.5 ماهگی تطبیق میشه. خوبی از این واکسین است که به شکل پیچکاری نه بلکه از طریق دهان داده میشه.
خب خیر ببین دکتر صاحب، از معلوماتی که برام دادی خیلی کارت طفل مسنی را ببینه و بگوین که چی وقت نوبت واکسینش است.
طفل که شما 1 ماه هست 15 روز بعد که 45 روزش بخیر باز بیارش که واکسین روتا را برش تطبیق کنیم.
پیامبر خداوند جل جلاله می فرمایند برای هر خیانتکار یک بیرق وجود دارد که در روز رستاخیز با وسیله آن شناخته می شوند. بیرق سیاه داعش در سوریه سرنگون شده است، اما خیانت خوارج نسبت به دین مقدس اسلام ایشان را تا آتش جهنم همراهی می کنند. بیرق سیاه داعش در عراق سرنگون شده است، اما خیانت خوارج نسبت به دین مقدس اسلام ایشان را تا آتش جهنم همراهی می کند. با خواست خداوند جل جلاله بیرق سیاه خوارج در افغانستان نیز سرنگون گردیده است، اما خیانت آنها نسبت به دین مقدس اسلام ایشان را تا آتش جهنم همراهی می کند، جایی که برای ابد فراموش می شوند. مطابق احکام قرآن کریم نیروهای دفاعی ملی و امنیتی افغان تا آن زمان به تعقیب خوارج و داعش ادامه می دهند تا که عدالت و ایمان به خداوند جل جلاله در سرتاسر افغانستان ادامه یابد. شیرمردان دلیر قوای امنیتی افغان با عزم راسخ در مقابل شریران و رهبرانشان در هر جا که پیدا شوند مقابله می کنند. نیروهای دفاعی ملی و امنیتی افغان بیرق جمهوری اسلامی افغانستان را با شجاعت در میدان نبرد حمل می نمایند.
Solomon, Mujib striking early, that was a googly, not picking it, hitting him well below the knee roll, and that looked very adjacent. finger was up from the umpire Nigel Long. He was convinced. Then this one, total confusion between Massagat and Brendan Taylor. That was a big wicket. Just when things were looking good for Zimbabwe, this happened, and easy work for Mohammad Shahzad as well. Taking a lot of time, not even in the picture frame there. And as far as the bowling goes, of course, 1 run out, but 1 wicket picked by Mujib Zadran, 1 for 33 for him. Decent economies there for the spinners. Rashid Khan 4, his economy, Mohammad Nabi 3.5, he's bowled well. But the seamers have been expensive.
Well, absolutely. Seamers have been expensive, and a seamer has been brought in. 3 overs he's bowled for 23 runs, with the previous one going for 15. He's been brought in while Taylor is on strike. Taylor, the chief man of destruction for Gulbuddin Naib, hitting those 2 massive sixes. He's on 44 right now, just 6 away from his half-century. If he continues playing against Naib the way he did in the previous over, we could probably see his half-century coming through in this. And while we were talking, this one has been played beautifully. Will reach the fence for a 4, nearing his half-century. 2 more runs required. Taylor has taken a liking for Gulbuddin Naib's bowling.
Yeah, you're right, because we saw those big sixes as well coming up. He's bowling to the end, and this time just going over the top. Just probably tilting in his hand, but that was enough contact to just clear the infield. Moves out of 48 now. Brendan Taylor, 3 4s and 2 6s coming from his blade. Strike rate of almost 94. Will pick up 1 more run. Good batting, very good batting. Showing all his experience, all his class. Nelson now for the score. As far as the score goes, for the loss of 2 wickets.
Well, Nelson for some is not considered too lucky. We'll have to wait and watch what happens to Irwin. He's taking strike there.
Always reminds me of umpire David Shepherd. That hop of his, that famous hop. Whenever the score was on Nelson.
Not off the Nelson yet. And we don't see Nigel Long hopping. So he doesn't believe in one of the most experienced umpires on your screen, Nigel Long. Two more deliveries to go in this over. Inside edge. Will get a single, and by means of which getting off the Nelson as well. Bismillah Chan Shinwari, the other umpire. They've been doing a great job of keeping the game well within the control of the ICC guidelines. And it's so nice to see the way the cricketers respect the umpires versus some other sports where they go on to fight with the referees, to the verge of which the referees almost have to kick them out of the game. This one has been taken a single and directed there. Going for the overthrow. No, maybe. He's not, but will have to raise his bat because that's his half-century. Brendan Taylor.
افغان بیسی 4G LTE
حالا از سرعت 4G در بسته‌های تریپی ما مستفید شوید. 7GB در بدل 800 افغانی، 10GB در بدل 1100 افغانی، 16GB در بدل 1800 افغانی. در صفحه پیام GB مورد نظر خود را نوشته و به 151 ارسال نمایید.
ما افتخار می‌کنیم که افغان هستیم. افغانستان را دوست داریم.
Zimbabwe captain winning the toss, deciding to bat first, 113 for 2. Taylor getting to his half-century in the previous over, 50 of 53. Nabi to continue. Turn, wide signal by the umpire. In the commentary box, I'm Devendra. With me is Alistair Campbell. A very good half century from Taylor.
Yeah, it's been a bit overdue runs from Brendan Taylor. He's been desperate to get a score under his belt. Maybe he's just been putting himself under a bit too much pressure since he returned to the international fray. And it's good that he's got to